why this term autonomous driving? What is there why we are calling it as autonomous driving? Any particular term what is common in our own vehicles?
ADAS.
ADAS. That's a great job. Can we give a big clap for this guy? So that is actually interesting. Like ADAS. ADAS is something which is making the vehicles as a autonomous driving. So when I talk about ADAS, we will not go deep further. We have like multiple levels of ADAS. So at the very fine level, at the very top level of ADAS, which is ADAS 5, vehicle can be driven without the help of driver. Right? You might have heard of it. Tesla, they have some vehicles which is on God mode for LMS, only for LMS, which can be driven in any conditions. So that is autonomous driving. Right now in India we have like two, ADAS level 1 and ADAS level 2. So the vehicles whichever are there, they are helping us with the, you can say, protecting our vehicle. Like if there is any chances of accident or something, vehicle can apply brakes. So that is making our vehicle more safer to use, more practical to use, more easier to use.
Auto emergency braking.
Auto emergency braking is one of those features of that. So coming to the next one, software defined vehicles. So I think so I have to put up my words over there. Why software defined vehicles? So like okay. So about the software defined vehicle. Am I audible to everyone? Verify. पीछे से आवाज नहीं आ रही, थोड़ा चिल्लाओ. So by software defined vehicles, if I have to sum it up, we have vehicles in our hand. So in any cases, can vehicle be upgraded like our computer systems? Is it? And how is that? Like all of us will be using Android phones or iPhones.
Yes, sir.
We can update on our phones. Right or not?
Yes, sir.
We get firmware updates, security updates, and all those updates happen how? Over the year, right? So if I say I am giving an update of the vehicle over the year, is it possible? कि मुझे मैकेनिक के पास ही लेके जाना पड़ेगा गाड़ी को. If I have to update my vehicle, can it be updated over the year like our phones? हो सकता है possible या नहीं? How? Can our engines be transformed over the year? Can our engine be tuned over the year?
Yes, sir.
Can engines be tuned over the year?
Yes.
Okay. And what else could be changed over the year? So if I say software defined vehicles, right now the vehicles are being capable, like they are being capably built, that can be upgraded with the electrification of the vehicle itself. So just to give you an example, the vehicles like Tesla. Suppose you are getting a vehicle and you do not want the higher end of the vehicle itself right now, but you want to upgrade at a later time. So what companies like Tesla could do? They will just give you an over-the-air update which can enhance the driving or which can enhance the performance of the vehicle. So that is happening right now in the industry. So it is not just about the changing of the component, but yeah, your vehicle itself could be updated over the internet or over the Wi-Fi or over any function. You do not basically need to change the component. And this could all happen because of the help of controller and motor, which is the electrical part of the vehicle, or ATs. With this mode, we will be having many more updates. So yeah, we move further. So yeah, I have one facts in the slides. Okay, so any guesses like in a vehicle, CS students, any CS students here? Then कोई बात नहीं, मैकेनिकल में फर्स्ट ईयर पढ़ा होगा ना थोड़ा बहुत तो प्रोग्रामिंग पढ़ा है सबने?
हल्का फुल्का पढ़ाया था.
Lines of code, you must be aware. How to write C programming? नहीं पढ़ा, पढ़ो फिर. So like programming is something like you need to write a code, and those lines of code execute in the system itself, and they help you drive the vehicle. Like if I say मेरे पास एक motor और मेरे पास एक let's say if I have one engine, okay, so there is something called air fuel mixture. You might have heard of. Any third year, fourth, final year students, air fuel mixture of the vehicle. गाड़ी के अंदर अगर fuel जाता है,
Yes, sir.
air fuel mixture, right? पेट्रोल के साथ में एयर मिलाते हैं, then उसको combustion chamber में डालते हैं, then it start bursting out, right? So that define our efficiency. कि vehicle में कितना fuel हम लोग दे रहे हैं और कितना उससे power ले रहे हैं, right? So that is also being programmed. We are not using any sort of computers over there to program it, but we are using mechanical parts to take out the fuel from the petrol tank and pressurize it to the vehicle motor engine itself, right? That is being done with the help of mechanical system. So there must be some logic over there. Similarly, we have our electric vehicle, which could be driven with the help of lines of code. How many of you know about F-35? A fighter jet? Fighter jet F-35, great. Anybody else? So, to make you aware, fighter jets तो सबको पता है ना? Right? So they are not just mechanical system. They are electrical, they are computerized system. So many lines of codes are there to drive that F-35 flying over there. It's a fighter jet. So if I sum you up, our F-35 fighter plane, they have only like close to say like 10 million lines of codes over there. Just only about 10 million means 100 crore, 1 CR lines of codes are there to make that plane working, to throw a missile out of that plane, to take off, to land. This is all being done with the help of lines of code, which is there in the system of the fuel, which is there in the system of the plane. But if I compare it to modern luxury electric vehicles, we have like 10 CR plus lines of code just to drive newer vehicle. So that is a complex system itself. So let us say that to sum it up, it is not just only about the mechanical engineers. It is more about like industry shifting towards electrical guys, embedded system engineers, mechanical engineers are already there, and computer science engineers as well to run modern luxury vehicles or any sort of vehicle which are there in the recent stages. So these are some more things which are there in the current running scenario. Like 100 plus electronic control units are there in a vehicle. So to run those ECU, we need electrical engineers. 150 million lines of code. To run those, to program those, we need electrical engineers. 2000 plus semiconductors, so we need embedded or electrical and electronics engineers over there to make that system functioning or working. So yeah, industries in automobile industry, there's not only the requirement for mechanical engineers. We have requirement for computer science, electrical, electronics, embedded engineering. We have requirement for computer science engineering as well. So let us start with how global scenario of electric motors are working out. So I have this slide. In this slide we have four major players which are majorly into EVs. The very first one here is China, right? Second one, Europe. Third, US. Fourth, India. So four countries are there. So we have written names of the major four countries which are the global which are global adopter of the electric vehicles. So among all of us, can anybody name which is the country having major percentage of electric vehicles in their commercial segment or in their market? China, okay. Any other guesses? Japan, okay. And any other guesses? Germany, okay? Germans are mechanical engineers. They do the mechanical. So what if I say you all are wrong? That is neither China, nor German, not Japan.
Norway.
It's Norway. So Norway is the country which is having like close to 90% of their vehicle completely transformed to electric vehicles itself. So if I say the topology or geography of that region, that's a hilly area, that's a mountain area, but in that country itself, like it's a, I'll say it's like our Himalayan range. The snowfalls are there, the terrains are so bad, the roads are off-roading, but still they are 90% electrified. 90% of the vehicles running in the country of Norway are electrical ones. So this is how global market of EV is working out. So if I say the major player who is China. China is the leader of manufacturing leader of EVs because they are manufacturing most of the components, they are making a lot of things, and they are also using EVs in their market itself. Then later coming to Europe, why there are electric vehicles in Europe? Because of their policies. The government over there, they are so advanced, they want complete electrification of the vehicles. So that is how their people are adopting with the electric vehicles itself. Next coming to United States. So which is the vehicle of the United States? Tesla, right? So with the advancement in the technology, country like United States have electrification in their vehicle. But what about India? Like, do we have a lot of electric cars running in our market? So what do we have? Electric trucks, electric tractors. Like, what is the major percentage share of the electric vehicles which we can see in our Indian roads? Electric scooters, right? What else? Electric cars, electric buses, okay. What if I say we have major market for the EVs in India are for two-wheelers and for three-wheelers. So if you go to region like Delhi or any major tier 1 cities in India, you will see a lot of e-rickshaws, electric autos running in their streets. So that is how our country is growing. We do not have only cars, trucks or buses, but we are growing in different segments itself because India itself is a different market. So we have majorly of the players, we have majorly of the vehicles electrified as of two-wheelers and three-wheelers. So yeah, this was my next slide. Why Indian market are unique? मतलब ऐसा क्यों है? Why we are like not only taking buses, cars, but we are majorly adopting electric two-wheelers and three-wheelers easily? Any guesses? Why not major of the vehicles electrified are cars or trucks or buses, but two-wheelers and three-wheelers? What would be the reason? Cost, okay, great. What else? Time. Heavy load. Okay. Low emission, okay, that is government policy. We have to target, we have to achieve it anyway. So the cost is the right answer if I say. So talking about the cost, why cost? Like, why are we looking at this measures and this cost? Why cost is so important to anyone? Like, as an Indian, why this cost factor is so much important? Correct. So we have majorly middle class or lower middle class working out at their daily source of transport or like daily source of commute is either two-wheeler or three-wheeler. If they will not take any public transport, they will go by electric autos, like they will go by autos or buses. But if they have to commute on their own vehicles, they majorly prefer what? Scooters, bikes, or two-wheelers. So with this, if we are given a better option, like if we have to travel like 80 kilometers and we have to spend some 2 kilometers के अगर हम लोग लेते हैं एवरेज का अपना, we have to spend like 2 liters of petrol, which would be costing us around 200 bucks. And if I say मैं वही travel आपको करवाता हूँ 20 rupees में, so which one would you prefer? With your own vehicle, 20 rupees or 200 rupees? 20 rupees is the obvious choice. That is why we have major market of the electric two-wheelers. And same goes for EV three-wheelers as well. So coming to the EV three-wheelers, the cost economics itself says like running an auto and maintenance of an auto is cheaper when we run an electrified vehicle rather than using the conventional ICs or petrol or diesel engines. So cost is a major factor why Indian market is shifting and easily adopting and fastly adopting the two-wheelers and three-wheelers. While in the car segments and bus segments, governments are pushing by providing subsidies and many more things, reducing the rates of the vehicle so that people can start using electric vehicle itself. So if you see in this presentation, in this slide, there are 4 components: motor, controller, battery, electronics. So which would be the costliest part among all those 4 things in an electric vehicle? Battery, okay. Not the motor, why?
Controller.
Controller, okay. Why not motor? Why not controller? And why controller?